I'm about to get extra vulnerable with y'all. I'm so nervous. Okay, wait, this camera angle is not good for my back. Hi, besties. How are all of you doing? Oh my god, I was just manically cleaning my room a few minutes ago, and I feel really called to record this video because a couple of things have been weighing, I wouldn't say hard, but definitely heavy on my head and my heart. And I have been craving being more vulnerable on my platform, especially my YouTube, because I have cultivated it to be a safe space and I want to stand by that. And also start posting more content that actually shows who I am, what my life is, and much more. The other day, I was sitting down with myself and I realized that although I have cultivated a brand of authenticity, something about my content so far has still felt a little inauthentic, and I'm gonna get into the deets. I still feel like I've been hiding behind this image, this image of a really positive, warm, amiable, happy go lucky girl who loves art, who loves fashion, who loves music, who loves cafe hopping. And all of that is really true. But there's also so much more to who I am. And I feel like a lot of people don't exactly know what I do, like on a day to day basis, what my journey has been so far. And I want to let you all in more into who I am and which stage of my life I am in today. So let's get right into it. So, hi, I'm Aishwarya. I'm 24 years old and I quit my full time job as a social media manager last year, and I took up content creation full time. And I want to say that I did that because I wanted to, go a different route, and that is true. But also because I have been feeling very, very unfulfilled in general with my life for a while now. In the course of the last 5 years, I have been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder and mixed anxiety and depressive disorder, which has honestly makes a lot of sense considering how difficult of a time I've been having and had, especially between 2020 to 2023. Those 3 years were very, very testing. It was during COVID, and I developed health anxiety, I developed relationship anxiety, just chronic anxiety patterns that honestly I've had since a kid, but just became more and more exposed as I struggled with trying to figure out what I want to do with my life, especially in terms of my career. So I have an undergraduate degree in psychology, literature, and journalism, which I honestly enjoyed. Those 3 years of college, 2019 to 2022, were magical, and it really, really transformed me as a person. And at the same time, it was also a very difficult period in my life because I developed so many anxious and depressive symptoms, which later came to light with my diagnosis. And in terms of my career, that has honestly come at the cost of me feeling absolutely unsure of what I want to do and feeling so indecisive to the point that I literally took a gap year after I graduated in 2022 because I literally did not know what I wanted to do with my life. I was crippled with anxiety. I was shaking from within because it looked like everyone else knew exactly what they wanted to do. People were either taking up full-time jobs or they were doing a master's degree, and I just felt so shaky. And I feel like those of you who might have anxiety or depression understand it best, where from the outside it looks like it's a very easy decision to make. And I also seeked a lot of counseling, and I was repeatedly just told to just pick one and stick to it, but I wish it was that easy. And the more and more I felt like the world didn't understand me and didn't understand the position that I was in, the more and more I went into my shell and the symptoms got worse. And yeah, I don't know how I held a full time job for a whole year from 2023 to 2024, but I did. And I'm so proud of myself for having done that. And I did enjoy it. And none of this is to say that I did not have my happy moments, my breakthroughs, my achievements. I had all of that. But honestly, I have been struggling. Over a point, I kind of learned to portray it as me being in exploration mode, as someone who has multiple interests. Oh, and I also have patterns of ADHD, although I have not been formally diagnosed with it. I personally know that I show a lot of signs of neurodivergence. And so that also contributed to the fact that I am multi talented and I have multiple interests. And honestly, it has really been a journey to accept the fact that I still don't know what I'm doing. Okay, great, my mic died. But anyway, as I was saying, so coming back to the fact that I quit my full-time job last year, I took up content creation mostly because one, I obviously wanted to have fun, and from a career perspective, also building a personal brand is really important these days. And I'm hoping that by playing the long-term game, it's gonna pay off at some point of time. But also, two, I didn't want to look like I was wasting my time, and that has been my biggest fear, and a very fragile like point personally, because from the outside I don't want to look like I'm this like spoiled brat who's just still living with her parents and is doing absolutely nothing with her life. And I know personally, and the people that love me know, that it's because I still struggle with a lot of anxiety that I'm taking my time to find my footing. But also, in a world that still thrives off, or makes you feel rather, that you have to have your life together at all times and you constantly have to keep pushing forward, I felt like this was honestly the easiest path for me right now. I'm gonna say it bluntly like that. This was the easiest path, and I took it, and I do not regret that. And it's honestly really difficult for me to admit, because it makes me feel small, especially as a high achieving kid that I was in school, who used to like score straight A's, who was, constantly told that, oh my God, you're gonna do great things and you have infinite potential. And to feel like I am not living enough of it is, it really, really like hurts. Like it really, really hurts and impacts your self esteem to some extent. And it has been a journey, even for my parents, for example, to like accept that, to make peace with it, and to trust the fact that I will eventually figure out what I'm doing. And touch wood, they have been extremely supportive, and I cannot thank them enough, and I love them so much. And at the same time, I also understand that it can be so difficult to kind of see your kid struggle to find her purpose, or just make a decision. Like, I cannot tell you how nerve-wracking it still is for me to be able to make simple decisions, and I still have anxiety attacks. I still deal with really bad anxiety. Even now, the intensity has definitely reduced, and my recovery rate has definitely improved over a period of time, especially over the last year. And I'm very grateful for that. And I will be talking more about my journey with anxiety as well. That is also a part of my life I want to be more open about. And yeah, so I'm 24 and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm struggling. I'm constantly infected with so much of doubt every single day, if I'm wasting my time, if I'm doing enough, if I'm living up to all of the potential that the people around me see in me. And that's a hard life. Like, that is a lot of burden. And I don't know how many of you believe in astrology, but I really do. And it's totally okay if that's like a deal breaker for you. But I personally really believe in astrology, and as per my astrological chart, my family astrologer that we also consulted sometime last year, or last year I think, also told me that I'm going to have this period of struggle and intense confusion till the next year. And so till then, I just have to ride the wave. I just have to continue showing up. I just have to continue figuring out in small steps, like literally just showing up every day and doing my best. And honestly, that's literally what I'm focused on right now. I don't know how it's gonna add up. I don't know if it's going to add up. I don't know if I'm gonna fail miserably. I have no idea of like gauging anything. All I'm doing is showing up. And that is literally my best bet right now. And even just showing up is so difficult on some days. As someone who deals with chronic anxiety, it is so difficult. And so, know that it's not easy, but I'm doing it. I guess that was a good starting point. Oh my god, I feel so much lighter just putting it out there. And hopefully, I will also upload this. But yeah, this is me. I am 24 years old and I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I struggle with anxiety and depression, and life is tough, but I guess I'm tougher. I'm really resilient, and I'm just listening to my heart, I guess. Like, I know that creating and being artistic is my life's purpose. Its shape and form are gonna keep changing. Today it looks like content creation, today it looks like hosting my art meets. It may change shape and form in the next 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. And I'm excited. As much as I'm nervous and terrified, I'm also excited because I know that somewhere deep down, I am listening to my soul's calling and I'm just riding the wave till the clouds in front of me clear. And some days the clarity pushes me forward, and on other days I have to carve the way forward even though there's like fog and mist just covering my eyelids. I have to trust myself. I'm learning to trust myself enough to take just one more step forward, and I guess that's enough. It seems to be working so far, I guess. Touch wood. But yeah, that's me. If you did end up watching the whole video, thank you so much. I love you. And I hope this makes you feel a little closer to me as a person and as a creator. And honestly, I feel like I've broken my own fourth wall and, actually stepping into being more authentic about myself and about my life. And if you want to know more about me, if you want to follow my journey a little more closely on a day-to-day basis, you can follow me on Instagram. I have linked my profile in the description below. I can't thank you enough for being a part of my community, and it's honestly all of your support and your kind words that just outpour, and I sometimes don't even understand why. But I'm so glad that you do. And yeah, it means the world to me. You're the reason that I keep going in this space. So thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.